the municipality can provide, a nice place to live and a safe place to live for everybody, but that is not a municipal role, right? So other than providing a nice place to live, it's not distinctly a municipal role. That's not to say, that's not trying to be evasive. That's just to say that's the reality.
I am Indigenous. I think that what I've seen in the past, I would have to disagree with the way it's being handled. Throwing money at a problem doesn't solve the problem. A friend of mine went to residential school with 8 of her brothers and sisters. She told me some horrific stories of things that happened in that particular place. And the damage that was done to her mentally, you couldn't possibly put a dollar on that. You could not. And oftentimes when people have suffered some form of abuse in a situation, they either perpetuate that abuse or they turn to a substance to wash it away or what have you. So to me, throwing money at a situation when somebody may already be suffering from a drug addiction or other addictions isn't going to help them.
Local government, well, all levels of government have a role to play. I sometimes wonder whether we're paying more lip service to it than we're actually being, or whether as compared to being intentional about it. And I've been meeting with Chief Dalton Silver, if not on a monthly basis, for sure, every 6 weeks and sometimes more, to build a bridge. No agendas. I said that at the beginning. I just want to know who you are. And what are the areas where you would like to see maybe develop? Because I know the economic development is a big deal for First Nations. They want to be part of an economy that's doing well. And so we are working with Sumas First Nations in particular to make some of that happen, being careful on the development on the mountain, on Sumas Mountain. You know, the Vaquera Ranch is of great interest to Sumas First Nations because it's about 320 acres, both sides of McKee Road going up the mountain. Thunderbird Caves, significant spiritual component to their culture, and we're working with them to preserve that. I think there can be some real ecotourism developments with Sumas First Nations in particular.
Well, the reconciliation with indigenous groups, we do have a couple of reserves in Abbotsford. I think we need to be, and people on the reserves attend Abbotsford public schools. They use the same services. They are people of Abbotsford. I think if there are past grievances, we need to be aware of those, and if an apology is warranted, one must be given. I do believe that nearly in totality, all of the issues are to do with the federal and provincial government, but we're compassionate people here in Abbotsford, and if there are issues that need to be brought to the forefront, then absolutely, I'd be welcome to it, and I would speak to it with confidence.
I think locally that we should all be accepting and equal to everything that's going on, and regardless of anyone's background or creed or orientation or decisions in life. It's appalling the variety of things that have happened in government over the years in regards to how people have been treated in school systems and in public settings, and it's government should always be accountable for those things, and I think the government will always feel inclined to be accountable for those things. But I think that there needs to be a constant show of respect that we're all Canadians and that we're all here, and if it's a point in a matter of being accountable for previous actions, then I would definitely speak up on behalf of our government and take responsibility for those things. But I think it's responsible now to set the tone as role models to ensure those kinds of things don't ever happen.